for everyone. This morning we had over 800 people try to join our webinar, and unfortunately Zoom had a technical limitation of only 500. So for that inconvenience, we do sincerely apologize, and we really do appreciate all of you joining us this afternoon. If there's any questions during the presentation, please feel free to share in the chat, and our expert and engineer will answer them for you there. After the presentation, I'll be handing over to my colleague for the demo, and there will be some announcements for specials at the end of the presentation. I hope everyone's gotten comfortable. We're going to jump right in. So, as we know from recent news, South Africa will be slowly lifting its shutdown restrictions, and one of the biggest challenges we will face is how to ensure safety for our public areas that will experience high volumes of foot traffic. These can include education institutes, offices, ports of entry, and retail. These places will especially be vulnerable to become hotspots for second wave infections. If we look at the current parameters for social distancing and compare them to the working specifications of traditional fever screening devices, we can actually see that these solutions can fall short in many ways. The first issue is that these solutions require close human contact. The working distance of these solutions means that potentially the operators will be at risk. The second issue is that the human resources required to run these solutions often means that teams of people needs to be properly trained just to make sure that you get the correct reading. This means that your labor cost can be high, but the process of measurement can be slow. The last pitfall here is that with these solutions, it is often difficult to get valuable statistics or data. As the information is often recorded by hand, this can lead to human error and also delayed feedback, or at worst, no data at all. It is with these challenges in mind that Hikvision has designed our fever screening solutions. We combine our thermal technology with our advanced AI algorithms so that we can offer an efficient and better user experience. Think safer, faster, smarter. So let's have a look at our overall topology. Starting from the right-hand side, we have the handheld solutions, which is typically used by spot check personnel. Or in an example, in a call center type situation, where it would actually be easier if the test comes to you. The handheld is Wi-Fi capable and can happily function as its own solution or work linked into a bigger system. Next, we have our bulletin domes that are mounted on top of a tripod or can be wall mounted for a more permanent installation. This solution can happily function with just an operator manning the workstation or be linked via a network back to the control room. Then we have our access control range fever screener. This unit combines facial recognition system as well as temperature screening into a single reader that can be attached to doors, swing barriers, turnstiles, to be used to enforce access-based temperature measurement. And lastly, we have our temperature screening metal detector door. The unique combination of metal detector as well as fever screener can function as an all-in-one solution for critical infrastructure and even national key points. So now that we have looked at the overall topology, let's have a look at each individual solution in detail. Starting with our fever screening handheld, this unit can provide both thermal and optical views. This unit is Wi-Fi capable and has a built-in audio alarm. It also has a working distance of 1 to 2.5 meters and can be linked up to a cell phone for automatic alarms as well as screenshots. It is very efficient with only a few seconds needed in order to measure body temperature and has an operation time of 4 to 5 hours on a fully charged battery. A mobile unit like this removes the need for gathering or queuing and can help health and safety officers do their job much more efficiently compared to having to use traditional methods. Please note that this is mainly an indoor solution. If a person has just came into a building from being under the sun, it is generally recommended that they have a cooling off period before being measured. Now we're going to have a look at a video of the solution. I especially like how in the video, the device can give you a range while a handy pointer on the screen tell you where the hottest point is in the zone of measurement. A health and safety officer can easily use this to measure temperature for a group of people without having to stop them. And the process is very non-invasive. Next up, we will have a look at our value series temperature screening solution. This solution combines our lower resolution thermal with a tripod as well as options for recorder for IVMS 4200. As with all our solutions, these cameras have a 0.5 degree accuracy with embedded audio alarm. The camera also utilizes AI body detection to increase reading accuracy. This solution is recommended for indoor spaces, and we recommend creating a zigzag walkthrough pattern that you typically see in airports. This will ensure maximum efficiency for the temperature sensing and give you the best results. Please be aware that this solution has a recommended height of 1.5 meters and a detection range of 0.8 to 2 meters due to its resolution and lens size. Next, we will look at our Pro Series temperature screening solution. This solution combines our higher resolution thermal, which can be mounted on a tripod or on a wall as a permanent installation. Because of the higher resolution, these cameras have an improved working height of 1.7 meters to 2.6 meters, and an improved detection range of 3 to 9 meters, depending on your lens size. This solution can also benefit from our black body calibrator, which can improve the accuracies of the reading from 0.5 to 0.3 degrees. Solutions like these are designed for high volume and can measure up to 30 persons at once. And finally, we have our AI temperature screening solution, which combines our thermals with our DeepInMind NVR and HikCentral. This solution gives an additional layer of protection by offering no mask alarms, as well as efficient search and report of identity, body temperature, and mask wearing status. This feature will become especially important in the future as companies start to adopt and enforce mask wearing policies. This software, in this case, also offers a handy reporting tool and can generate daily, weekly, and monthly reports to help health and safety officers monitor trends as well as track behaviors. It also comes with a fantastic visualized graphic user interface to showcase critical information such as number of people measured, temperature status, as well as identity. In summary, our camera fever screening solution offers an efficient temperature screening for crowded public settings. It is a very flexible for very different types of deployment and will keep your operators' costs down as well as keep your operators safe. And now we'll look at our access control-based fever screening solution. It combines our facial recognition technology with our temperature screening for a one-of-a-kind solution that eliminates the need to use card or biometric readers, while also fulfilling the need to measure fever at the entrance. It has a very fast matching rate of 0.2 seconds and can handle up to 50,000 faces. This solution uniquely removes the need for teams of people at points of entry in order to grant access. Very, very powerful. And this solution also functioned as a fully fledged access control reader, which means that it by itself can happily drive doors, turnstiles, and swing barriers. Lastly, we should look at our temperature screening metal detector door. It features an easy 7-inch display that does reporting of statistics, from number of people that pass through to number of metal alarm triggered to number of abnormal temperature, as well as general people counting. Our cameras can be modified to have different detection zones at various different distances. And the actual metal detector itself comes with different colored tones and sounds in order to raise alarm. This will be a very popular solution for high-risk areas, ports of entry, and national key points. And now we shall look at a video of our access control solution.
Authenticated. Please wear a face mask. Authenticated. Abnormal temperature. Abnormal temperature.
So what I particularly like about what is shown in the video is that there's a prompt to remind people to wear a mask, and that the person, once they comply and wear a mask, then it measures their identity and then let them through. Also, notice the gentleman that is holding a cup of tea. Notice how the system is not picking up the cup of tea until he is holding it against his forehead to try and simulate a fever. This is very important because our devices have the intelligence to actually recognize what a face is and only measure that part of a person. So now that we have looked at the edge devices, we'll also have a quick look at the management platform itself. HikCentral is a flexible, scalable, and powerful central surveillance system that allows for managing of multiple status alarms and registering them. It can provide a complete log of actions taken, as well as assist companies in making sure processes that are put in place are enforced and followed. It also allows for managing of multiple sites and powerful situational awareness through the use of EMAPs. In terms of access control, operators will be able to grant access based on live feedback of temperature as well as IDs from the reader. This next slide here is a brief technical overview of the specifications of the solutions shown earlier. Specifically, I want to draw your attention to some of our naming conventions. In this case, if the camera has PA at the end of its model number, it will have built-in audio alarms. This page also serves as a nice cheat sheet for technical specs and will be made available to our attendees after the webinar. In our next segment, we will be looking at some comparison in terms of performance from our own in-house testing against some of the solutions that are being utilized in the market. First, we will look at a thermal unit from one of our competition. We find that this particular thermal unit has a very high working range of temperatures. It also utilizes a complicated algorithm to get to the temperature reading. What this means is that the accuracy of the reading has up to 2 degrees variance. This means that solutions like these can easily mistake a person with a normal temperature of 36 degrees as running a higher grade fever of 38 degrees. Or worse, someone that has a fever as running a normal temperature. This solution also has no AI face detection, which means that it cannot narrow down the measurement areas like our cameras can. It is also a much more expensive camera. From an access control perspective, we've also done in-depth testing of our competition. Our competitors' face readers have a very limited measuring area, which means that the user will have to try and position themselves to be inside a certain area. Also, if you remember that earlier example of a gentleman holding a cup of tea, the competition's face readers also lack the intelligence to only measure the face. This can create situations where the reader actually measures hot beverages that a person could be holding. Our efficiency in terms of measurement is also much faster compared to the competition, with our reader measuring and granting access within 1 second compared to the other readers of 5 seconds. Lastly, our metal detector also sets itself apart from others due to the fact that we offer a fully fledged thermal solution that can capture temperature in a large area, while other solutions are simple infrared light-based thermal power solutions. What this means is that the light actually bounces off the skin and the temperature reading is taken from that. This has some drawbacks as it really can get affected by even hairstyles or fabric that is on the skin itself. And in a metal detector type setting, this is actually very inefficient. The Hikvision solution will offer a much better efficiency as well as an overall better user experience. And finally,